Welcome back to another episode of the Cat's Corner. I'm Casey Campbell, along with Novi head hockey coach Dane Baruzini, and it is finally over. The losing streak is over. A win last night against Canton, 5-1.
Yep.
Um, Man, I'm just gonna be honest. You guys needed that.
Yeah, it's process takes time. It's something we continue to say. We're a big believer in 1% better. We talk about what's your 14-24. That's 14 minutes, 24 seconds. That's 1% of the day. And we've continued to get there. When you look at the slate of those teams we played, these first 10 games, it's been KLAA or non-conference opponents who are, in the top 10, of the respective divisions or, top 25 of state champs rankings. So it hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of road games, a lot of battle testing. But that's how you build culture. That's how you build your process, which eventually leads to results. So last night was a culmination of that. Had a really solid 51-minute 3-period effort. Nice goaltending from Henry Letman. Really solid defense by our 7 defensemen, and our 11 forwards all stepped up. So we're hoping now to take that into Friday. It's a really well coached Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard team that Coach Robert, and let the process continue to improve, and let the results follow.
Yeah, for sure. Really kind of coming into this, and we haven't had you on since last week. Of course, the losses to Lakeland and Birmingham Unified. Those were the 2 games last week. I just kind of talk about. I just wanted to mention those. We're not going to go back because we're going to go forward. So,
Yep.
But we are going to go back because it's now time to give out your 3 stars of the week.
Talking about from last week.
Last week, you can also include the Canton game too.
Well, we'll save that for the next one. For last week, our number 1 star, we did a big teddy bear toss game, donating all those teddy bears to the Mott Children's Hospital. Our number 1 star is Novi Athletic Boosters. Booster Club completely supported us, had a bunch of the representatives there to help support the event. They paid for all elementary students, admissions. Our athletic department, matched that for all adults that brought in a teddy bear. We had 77 teddy bears on the ice when Marco Medico scored the first goal of the game, which was just awesome to watch from the bench. Seeing these little kids chuck them out there, just so much fun. We get to bless some children that really need it this holiday season with brand new teddy bears, which is awesome. So that's number 1. Dovetailing into that same, event, just all the students that showed up. From kindergartners all the way through seniors in high school. Had some alumni coming back tossing teddy bears. To have that place at capacity, it was rivaling that Northville game that we had right before Thanksgiving. That was awesome. The event went much better than we anticipated. It's the first time in Novi's history we've done this. So now we have that ability to keep going there. And then 3, the bus driver on the way to Lakeland. It was outstanding. There was some snowfall. Getting to Lakeland's always hard. It's not an easy trip. There's no direct way. She found a way to navigate those roads, get us there. And then, after a tough loss, we had a guy get injured. Braylon Juzak's out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we're coming back there, but she just kept it positive. She's pouring into our guys as they're getting on and off the bus. It was just a blessing, to our program that needed it after, a tough one against Coach Renane's team at Lakeland. But, that'd be my 3rd one from last week. We'll have some really good ones after Friday's game, hopefully, because we had some big efforts on Tuesday. But looking back at that last week, those were our big stars. Yeah,
for sure. It's always good. Now it's time to since we've already had games this week, we now get to look forward at the KLA game. Obviously, Novi beat Canton 5-1. Last night, Howell beat Plymouth 4-3. So that was a good win for them. Tonight, 2 more games. Northville takes on the Livonia Red Stallions, and I'm just gonna make sure I'm saying this correctly because that would not be good if I was correct. It is the Stallions take on Northville, and then Heartland will take on Livonia Stevenson tonight. So that should be a good one there. And then December 21st, Howell at Brighton. Of course, that is the state champs game time game of the week. And yes, I was featured in that video. My goodness, those guys are something else. I don't know if you know.
I love those guys. I mean, they've been really helpful. As I've gotten, as I've transitioned here to Novi, they've been great friends of the program, just like you have, Casey. So I love seeing you get your rub there with them too. So that was awesome, and that should be a great game. I can't wait to see the way the Highlanders come out for the Bulldogs, and can't wait to see the way Kirk Cavisto and his team bounce back after that Heartland game last week. It should be an awesome game. A great representation of Livingston County hockey.
Yeah, yeah. I tell us, I have 3 teams in my backyard. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Then
Yeah, and they're all playing well. I mean, you've got 3 solid teams in your backyard that you get to watch regularly, and I know you're there for practices. That's got to be a lot of fun right
for
now.
sure. We got then of course that day Livonia is at Heartland. That's the other game going on in the county. Canton at Dearborn Divine Child, and then Plymouth will head to Cap City on the 22nd. Novi will travel to Father Gabriel Richard. We'll preview that game right here in a minute, and then of course Northville will take the short trip to Eddie Edgar to take on Livonia Stevenson, and then on Saturday Salem will head to Chelsea. So that's going to be a good test to wrap up this the week before Christmas, and then everyone is off next week except Salem. They'll be in that Traverse City Central tournament up next week, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
So good stuff there. All right, now it is time to preview the game against the Father Gabriel Richard. Dane, I know you mentioned it a little bit, but coming off a win, what is it? Was it going in this game with confidence? What's that going to be like heading into a pretty tough environment? And the kids get to play at Yost Dice Arena, so
Yeah.
that's probably another cool thing. Of course, a couple teams just played up at Munn at Michigan State. Of course, Yost, of course, is where Michigan plays. So what's that going to be like to play there?
Yeah, I think first of all, it's always nice to get that win. Part of momentum is it only continues if you continue moving forward. So our goal today is to have a great practice. I know our guys right now, they're getting ready for a great practice. Our job's been prepared. Have another really nice practice Thursday, and then go into Friday with more momentum than we had just to start this week. We know Coach Robert. He knows the KLA really well. He coached here for a long time at Northville. So, our job's to just be prepared. We've played them in the past. They're a really quality team. So our job's just to be aggressive, to capitalize when we can, win our battles in all 3 zones. And, we're going to be on the road. Gabriel Richard travels well. They're going to really travel well at Yost because that's their backyard. But, enjoy the moment, have fun playing at an awesome arena. And, get that momentum going into the holiday break, which, then takes us off for a week and a half until we go to the UP. So for us, it's a big one. It's a chance, end the 2023 with a couple wins and gain some momentum before we play Calumet and Houghton.
Yeah, of course. We can preview what comes next. Jeez. Sorry about that. We can preview what's coming up next for you guys as you guys are heading up to the UP to take on Calumet and Houghton. I know Brighton's going to be up there with you guys as well during that time, but what's that going to be like to go up there?
It's for me, it's my first time as the head coach of the program. I've been up there in the past, went up there as a player, went up there with different levels of team, but that area is special. You go up there, Calumet, the Coliseum, it's just an awesome arena. Then you get to play at the D when you play Houghton. It's not easy. You've got to earn everything you get when you're out there. Those teams take a lot of pride in beating Metro Detroit teams. One of our coaches, Coach Schweman, played at Marquette. He always talked about how he couldn't wait for Novi and the others to come up so they could, take it to us. So our job is going to be to fight through that. I mean, they're both really solid teams. I know Calumet hasn't, won yet. I know that's not going up their favor, but they compete day in, day out. For us to make that a long 12-hour bus ride, sleep in a hotel and away from our beds, it's a different rhythm. So we need to come prepared like it's a business trip, but it's going to be special. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got some great team activities planned during the holiday break, also during that trip. So, we're really looking for that to be kind of our launching point into the second half of the season, help get us ready for, that slate because, January is not easy on us. We have some real heavy hitters, going into January. We play Howell again. We play Brighton. We play U of D. We got Salem and Plymouth. We got a really good schedule ahead of us. And so we want to use this game Friday, and then also, you know, that UP trip to get us ready for January, but more importantly, for February when playoffs come around.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Cat's Corner. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. We will be off next week. Obviously no games next week, and then we'll be back. Not sure when we'll be back the week of New Year's. Not sure when, but before these guys go up to the UP, and then we'll then talk to you next time on the Cat's Corner. So stay tuned.
All right.